I'm Christian.
Nice to meet you, Christian.
Lovely to meet you, Don Juan. You should be in Les Mis with a name like that.
I know, yeah.
Do you support animal rights?
Absolutely, 100%.
Why do you support animal rights?
Because I think animals deserve as much rights as any other living creature or living being.
Okay, and do you think that's the same for all animals? So from kind of a cockroach to a cow, a fly to a flamingo?
Yeah, so I do my absolute best to avoid killing any animal of any creature, because I don't think it's my right to do that. So sometimes I'll accidentally, for example, if I'm cleaning my bath, I'll end up like cleaning it and then I'll catch a fly or something will go down there, and I feel really bad about that because I feel like it's not my intention. So wherever possible, for example, if a spider ends up in my bath, I'll get it out. Even if there's like a wasp or a fly or a moth, I try and get them out of my house as opposed to swatting them, because that's just not how it feels right for me to behave as a human being.
What about mosquito trying to suck your blood?
I don't actually even squash mosquitoes. So I had a mosquito, because it's that time of year in my house recently, and I caught it in a glass, put some paper on top of the glass, took it out in the hall and threw it out. So
John Juan, I have to congratulate you on your consistency to the cause there. Would you say animal rights and human rights are on an equal footing, or human rights are more important?
Do you know what? I don't think they are. I think realistically we live in a hierarchical society, and if someone said to me, would I take the life of a child over a dog, for example? No, of course I wouldn't. And that would just be based on what I feel is right and proper within the laws of society. Do I think that animals deserve to die or be treated in the way that they are and abused unnecessarily? Absolutely not, because we don't need to do that to animals anymore. I've been vegan for 7 years, and I'm an ethical vegan, so I don't wear any animal products, or buy any animal products, and so for me, just making those choices that now in 2022 are really easy choices to make. We've got places like Holland and Barrett, we've got all these plant-based ranges, we've got Superdrug that offers cheap, cruelty-free vegan products. You know, all of the options are there for us to make the choices as human beings that make a difference, not only to avoid torture and cruelty to animals, but actually to make a difference to the planet. One of the things that we can do as a human being, one of the most effective things to help save the planet, is go vegan. And that is simply by making a different food choice. Society seems to make it harder for us to make that food choice, and that's really frustrating as a vegan, but it's completely unnecessary, and that's why I'm vegan, because it feels like the best choice to make.
Okay, next question. Of all the different animal rights, which animal right do you think is the most important?
Of all the different animal rights, well, I only believe in just animal rights across the board. So
no, but I mean different rights. So, for example, the right to space, the right to free range, the right to life, the right to not be exploited.
I think it's the right to life, isn't it? I think like everyone on this planet, every living creature is just trying to get by. You know, from the smallest fly to the biggest giraffe.
They're all just trying to pay their bills.
Exactly. Everyone's just trying to move through life and survive. And so there's always an argument that, you know, as human beings, we need to eat animals to survive. We don't. If you put me on a desert island and I had nothing, and, you know, I had to kill animals to survive, then I probably would. But I'm not on a desert island. I live in London. I'm part of Western society. It's civilised, and I can go and buy a plant-based diet.
Well, let's see what this recession does. It may be a desert island before too long. Next question. So in an animal's life, when do their animal rights begin?
In an animal's life, when do their animal rights begin? Obviously from the day they're born.
Okay, so for example, a chick inside of a egg, right? It's not hatched yet.
Yeah.
Would it be okay to crush that egg with the chick inside?
No, of course it wouldn't, which is why I'm vegan and I don't eat eggs, because we don't need to eat eggs. And why would I want to eat a chicken's unborn child, or a chicken period?
But would you say we have to look after that chicken even though it's inside the egg?
So would we need to look after the chicken inside the egg?
It's not hatched yet, it's not born. Does it have rights yet? Should its rights be recognised yet?
I mean, should it be recognised? I don't know. Should it be eaten? No.
Okay, how about this? My vegan friend this week was telling me about fetal bovine serum, okay?
Yeah.
So getting a cow fetus and literally bleeding it to death whilst alive in order that its blood can feed cell cultures. Would you support that cow fetus's right to life?
Of course I would. Like, why? And also, why would you? So someone ate the cow fetus, or what?
No, they actually use the blood from the cow fetus to feed cell cultures that are used in numerous things, including the creation of lab meats, ironically.
Do you know what? So in that consideration, if a cow fetus helps to grow lab meat that then eventually leads to people eating lab meat over the slaughtering of endless billions of animals, then yeah, I would support that. If that sacrifice means that then it saves hundreds of other, actually thousands, billions, millions, whatever, of animals' lives, then yeah, absolutely.
Well, final couple of questions. Would you apply any of this logic, say, to human rights? Okay, for example, like an unborn baby in the womb.
Yeah, so that's when it always, and I was actually waiting for that question, and for me, I wouldn't ever say that there is, that it's my place to decide what a woman does with a fetus or an unborn child, or that decision based around abortion, I think completely stands with that individual's rights. So I would never put myself in a position where I am dictating what somebody should do with their unborn child. When it comes to animals, what happens is that humans decide what we will do with their unborn child. So if you said to me, a cow is asking me, can they abort their fetus? I would say, let the cow make the decision. If you're asking me, can this farmer decide to remove this fetus from a cow? No, we can't.
Okay, but interestingly, you said earlier on in this discussion, unprompted, that if there was a spider in your bar, you would literally go to great lengths to look after that spider and put it outside. Yet simultaneously, you support a woman's right to intentionally kill an unborn fetus or baby growing inside of her. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely, because that's a woman's choice.
But is it not? I mean, do you accept that procedure is going to kill that human fetus or baby?
Of course, and if the woman decides with her own body to make that decision, in the same way as if a cow was in a position to make that decision, then I would support a cow to make that decision in the same way that I would support a woman to make that decision.
Okay, so Jean-Juan, am I correct in thinking that you stand in full support of bovine sexual reproductive rights?
So I stand in full... Sorry, say that again.
So like you stand in support of a cow's sexual reproductive rights, even though cows never deliberately abort their babies?
Absolutely, because cows haven't got the right to abort their own children. So what I'm saying is that I stand with animals to support their rights to be able to make decisions without force. And what you're asking is, should a cow be forced to make a decision, or should a cow be in a position where they are forcefully have something removed from them. No, I don't agree with that. And actually, just for the record, it's Don 1.
Don 1, forgive me, Don 1,
yeah.
forgive me. Okay, well, final question is, would you like to see what abortion procedure looks like between 10 and 24 weeks on my iPad?
No. Why would I?
Well, because we talk about, I mean, presumably one of the reasons why you are vegan is because of the cruelty that, the wholesale meat industry inflicts on animals.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's unnecessary.
So the purpose of the video is to show the impact that abortion inflicts on other fetal human beings.
When everyone is prepared to watch videos of what happens in a slaughterhouse.
I do. I've seen Earthlings. I watched those.
Okay.
Is it Cowspiracy? That's the other one. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, and so I haven't watched any of those because I don't need to see that to know that kind of footage will offend me. And the reason that I'm vegan is because that's the best choice for the planet, for the animals, for the health, for everything. And so it feels like in 2022, in Western society, where we are in a position to make the kind of choices that not only make difference to animal cruelty, to our own health and existence within the planet, to actually help save the planet that is dying, then the only way is vegan, and the future is vegan. Peace out.